Hey, 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 yo. Dearman, what's up? How's it going, Dearman? Dearman, do you want the link? I'll send it to you if you want. I'm going to post it. Yeah, what should I do? I don't have a plan. Maybe I'll keep doing a little of this fan art stuff. I've got some of these fan art schemes. Let me see. So I did the Spike Spiegel. I got the Wolverine, which the Wolverine isn't even it isn't even like noticeable as being like a life field critique, which it's not even really. Six people, what's up? But maybe I could try and paint this a little bit. We can try. That's not the best. Like we'll zoom in, try and clean it up. I don't know. This can be like a little more mindless. Sometimes I do this and it doesn't look better though. It looks worse. Maddox is so cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll see. This is a little more zen. I don't do this kind of work very often where you're just zooming in and cleaning up stuff. So I might be able to like read the chat almost while I'm doing it. You can do a little bit of these lines in here. I think what's this kind of, let's go hit undo. This kind of lighting where you just get the divots and stuff. It's called ambient occlusion, I think. So you can go in here and just kind of like, wherever there's divots, that means less light is hitting it. I think like that maybe. Kind of going all over the place here. We can try and do some anatomy too. Get it a little more correct. It's a little bit harder to do what I'm doing. Here there's the airbrush, so it'll immediately look weird. I have to get the airbrush, or sometimes there's like a blur tool shortcut, but I don't know. Maybe it's over here. I never use it. Pencil, brush, airbrush, eraser, fill, blend. J. Let's try that and see what's up. Oh, good God. Oh yeah, that kind of fixes it a little bit. It's actually not blending with the layer below because it's on another layer. Anonymity, what's up? 13 people watching. How's it going, everyone? A little late night, just hanging a little bit. We'll see where this goes. Sometimes streams can get a little fun with like rants or discussions or discussions with the chat or whatever. Hellboy Hendrix, yay. But other than that, I'm just chilling and drawing a little bit. I sent the link to the main CG room, so see if anyone pops in. See what people are saying. Consider backing Hotel Story, especially if you haven't yet. I guess if you have already backed it, then yeah, no need to. And zoom out and see. This is the shoulder deltoid shape here. Probably almost want some black for that. J. Cleaning it up a little bit. So maybe it is worth getting that gradient here. So J, yeah, we can do that. Another place that might have that gradient is down here. The problem is sometimes there's like bottom lighting, which we might come in and get that. So this, like that's if you do bottom lighting too, then you can try and blur that too. See, that's like too much maybe, but and then to decide when to do the hatching and when to do that news was just on the stream with Ethan, and that news about the guy killing his wife was creepy. I've seen that guy like on YouTube before, whatever. Like, trying to remember who he talked to. He might have talked to Owen Benjamin or something. And it seems like he's so guilty. And normally, I would definitely be on the side of like innocent till proven guilty. I guess that's still true. Like you're kind of on that side, but it's like that guy just so obviously is a piece of shit. We do. We could try getting some. What do we even got if we zoom out? We cleaned up that hand a little bit. It looks weird though. Still, let's look at this. This is like the divot. You know how our triceps will have like a divot. Crisis is. I've never seen him before, but even his neighbors say he's weird. Maromi gradient like liquid style? I think so. Or like airbrush is like the gradient. Gotta add an elbow. Oh, you mean Crisis, you saying you want like this. But the only thing about that is I'm trying to get it more foreshortened. So like if we want it more foreshortened, we're just gonna keep messing with it until it's like ruined. But so it's like he's bending towards, so the elbow's here. Yeah, this is like Zen shit, whatever. We don't care if it takes a while. We have to get into these hands, figure this shit out. What even this shit is. Oh, that's almost Almost something. Something like a balled up hand. Leave it there for now. But yeah, so it's like kind of ugly doing this painterly thing. It like takes forever because like yeah, this it kind of looks clean. Like I have it on the other layer, so that's before, but then it looks graphic and kind of readable. Then you start cleaning it up, and it really doesn't always look as good. I feel like there is like muscle a little bit like that. Is or keep with it. The forearm muscle has to throw a darker, small triangle shadow on the tip of the arm. Does that kind of look like something like that? We definitely want that. Makes it look more foreshortened. Wait, but maybe like that. There's the honestly like the biceps like right there, triceps right there, deltoid. Yep. And then too much. Flip it and look at it. This does kind of look like it could come out a little bit. But we're trying to make it look foreshortened, so keep trying. Bill A. Man cannot live by canned ham alone. Buy some better protein. Thanks, Dale A. I will do that. Oh, this fan art is great to see. Your art is really great. Thanks, Hype. Hype, do you want the link? If you're free and around, I'll send you the link. Or I'll send it just in case you want to pop in. Copy. If you come in, you don't have to, but you could draw Salab A, the hotel story witch, maybe. The elbow point should come down. You might be right about that. If it's like, well, if it's just like this, and then this would fill in a little more. I mean, that looks kind of cool. Try and do that pose. Raw. Yeah, let's try that. Ah, ah, ah. Yo, what's up?
Oh wait, I can't hear you. Hold on 2 seconds.
Ah, ah.
Oh, you're saying something fun and I can't even hear you. No, hold on.
I was just grunting.
Okay, now I can hear you. What did you say?
I was just grunting with the Wolverine pose. I was testing it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw a clip. It was Miyazaki telling his animators because they were doing something kind of wrong, and he's like, "Here, do it," and he made them act it out in the lab or studio or whatever, and then they got better. And I was like, "That's great advice." He's a cool old man, cranky old man or whatever. But
All those Disney animators do that. They go off into a room and they film themselves. But I think there's a happy medium where it's like you just feel yourself doing it. Like you feel the pose and then you can draw it instead of like filming the reference. But I suppose they're doing motion.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even see what you drew. I saw like a thumbnail on a video yesterday. You were drawing Spike Spiegel from Kabab.
Yeah, I used reference and I can get him looking pretty close. Like that's him there.
Man, it's okay. As a Simpsons fan as a kid, whenever they would do Simpsons versions of other characters, like there's a in the Simpsons Futurama crossover, there's one moment where like all these literary characters come out of books and stuff, and it's like you see them in the Simpsons style. Like I love seeing characters that exist in new styles. Seeing these characters in your style is really awesome. Like look at that little Mario. Why is he with Mario? Is that Wario?
That's Mario doing a John Woo gun dive.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's just beautiful seeing these characters in your style.
Thanks. I'm gonna try and this is my new like scheme for a little bit till it if inevitably doesn't work and I give up. But me and Jared we streamed today and we did some fan art and we're just doing fan art once a
It's a
week.
good no, it's genuinely a good idea. Like it may not it, I think the best strategy is to do it in like punches or waves. Like you do a bunch of it and it has an impact and maybe it gets shared, and then you go away for a bit, make some more. Like I follow this one guy who keeps doing that. Like every now and then he'll pop up and like for a week he'll post loads of stuff. It'll get a lot of attention, then it'll go away again. And like yeah, I think it's how everyone pretty much builds their audiences. Some people can get stuck on it forever and they don't end up not doing their own stuff, but yeah, man, like that piece you posted today of the woman with the gun, is that like a Resident Evil character, or is that from something else?
Yeah, that's Ada Wong from Resident Evil.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, that got kind of a lot of likes. I think I've done like fan art before and it will get you can usually get like over 100 and you're like, oh it's it'll get a little bit outside the circles that you're used to, which is nice. But
I yeah, when I before socializing so much with CG and streaming and stuff, that's what I was doing. That was my original plan for making my account grow. Like my first post on the Hyperwizard account was like some fan art stuff, but I didn't even do it that much before I just started drawing like Comicscape fan art and coloring. But
Yeah. It's the algorithm, whatever. It herds us, and there's nothing we can do.
yeah, look at this. This is so cool. I don't know, man. I really appreciate your style. So it's cool seeing characters drawn. I watched all the
Yeah.
Resident Evils recently with my mom. Like I go to my mom's every Sunday, and she loves anything with stupid cartoon alien stuff in it, and I can't stand that. Like, because she just ends up watching a load of Netflix crap that doesn't really have much substance to it. But as long as there's a cartoon, I mean a CGI realistic alien, but to me it's just cartoon aliens, monsters.
Yeah.
And so we watched through all the Resident Evils, and they're pretty. I don't know if you've seen them all.
Not. I don't think so. I've seen like the original and something.
For adaptions, in retrospect, they're actually all pretty good. I don't know if you guys in the chat have seen them. There's two really bad ones, and I can imagine if people watched all the way through, they'd fall off. But like the last two are actually really good. Like I think the last two are overall the best. The first one is great. Then it goes downhill slowly. Then at the end, the last two are really good.
Are they good? Like they're so good they're bad, so bad they're good, or are they like legit good? Or
What I would crystallize it as at this point of time, they're meaty adaptions that aren't just they don't feel like cash grabs. They feel like someone tried. Do you know what I mean? But they didn't make something really, really good. They didn't make like high art or you know what I mean. They
yeah,
still make something that has that kind of like I don't even want to say cheapness. They're fun. They're fun. But two of them are really crap. They had a different director come in for like two of the films. But
oh
yeah.
yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, I've seen a few that are just so bad, but they're maybe so bad they're good. And the first one is funny. It's like genuinely an okay movie.
I
That's
liked
one that
watching my
it
mom.
has the cool AI plot. The first one.
Yeah. I remember the first one. I saw it in the cinema. I was visiting my dad, and people know I don't really ever socialize with my dad hardly at all. But this was like one time when I was younger, and I was like at his for a bit, and it was like Valentine's Day, and they brought the Resident Evil out, and I'm like, Dad, I want to go see this film. I thought we were both gonna go and watch it, but he just drops me off and then says, "See you later," and I'm like, what? And so I'm there on Valentine's Day watching this goddamn Resident Evil on my own, trying not to get startled by the film, like trying really hard not to look like the film was affecting me for some reason. You know that? Oh, it's when you're young and you're like, no, I'm bulletproof. I will not let the people who aren't even looking at me know that this film that's meant to make people jump and be scary is making me scared and jump. Like,
Yeah.
a battle you don't even have to fight, but for some reason you are in your own head.
Yeah, like really self-conscious or whatever.
Yeah. Did you ever feel self-conscious whenever you went to cinema as a kid? Because I remember like coming out of watching Richie Rich in the cinema as a kid and being so fucking happy. Like I was so happy. I loved the film. Like when you're a kid, going to the cinema is almost like a religious experience. But I was so happy. But like I noticed other people were around, and I didn't want them to see that I was that happy. So I try my best to not look happy walking out of the cinema.
Wait, because you don't want to ruin it for the other people?
No, I just didn't want them to realize that I didn't want them to know I was experiencing an emotion.
You were just too cool for school or whatever.
I think,
dude, that reminds me. I have a funny memory where it was me and I think my friend Steven, I think, and then my brother was in the front seat, and I call him over, and we would look at my brother through the window, the passenger side window, because it would reflect into him, and he would kind of be like, just zoning out, kind of looking out the window because we're just driving, and I go, "Hey, Steven, look at Isaac. Isaac's my brother." I'm like, he thinks he's so cool.
He's just sitting there with a normal expression.
Yeah. And Isaac would get so self-conscious and he would get really mad by the end. And then, of course, we would do it more because it was really working. And I feel kind of bad about it almost in hindsight. There's some good CG Resident Evil animated.
Not in the Netflix stuff. I'm like, and basically whenever we sit there and my mom's trying to choose something, I'm like, Mom, anything with an N in the corner is a skip. Like, just look for the N in the corner. It's probably going to be bad. Hey, Camel
Moon, what's up? Camel Moon, do you want the link? I don't know if you're in the CG group or not, the main group. I can send it if you want. I posted it there. What are you up to, Hype? What are you doing?
What I've been doing all week, which is just coloring. Over the last week, I've managed to get 4 pages done, and I was worried it was going to take me forever, or if I tried to do it quickly, I would do a bad job, like it would feel rushed. But I'm coloring in spreads makes it easier because it feels like less pages. You're pretty much coloring 2 at a time as if it's 1. And also you get a better balance of the scene overall when you do that. But yeah, I've got 4 pages done over the last week, and I'm actually really happy with how they look. And I've kind of like made some methods to do it quick and good and be able to adjust the colors and stuff. Because when you're doing a coloring a pinup, you're just doing one lighting model. Like you're picking all the best colors. You're just trying to make it pop. And then and then you don't have to do it over a course of several panels, because you can't make every panel look like the best on the page, because then nothing looks the best.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
like picking your battles or whatever. Or...
Yeah, and balancing stuff across the scene, like I've realized it's all about contrast. Attention is drawn by contrast, not just in tone but in palette. So it's like sometimes you have to make weird color choices just to create contrast in a moment, but then you can't have too many of those that are too different across a scene, because then it just looks like you're taking a fucking world tour around the color wheel. But I wish I could show it, but obviously I can't. I can't show anything I've been working on at all, but I'm very happy. Today, after I'd done those 4 pages, I went across the whole book and I put a flat color for every single panel in the whole book. And in Clip Studio, you can like look at all the pages. It lets you like make a working PDF. Like the whole thing is a book already. So I went through and like did all of the basic lighting palettes for all of the pages, so I could see it changing in mood across the whole book, and it like rises in one moment, then it has like an aftermath feeling. I'm really happy. It's gonna be so good.
Cool. Yeah. Looking at the whole book is fun for the coloring. You can see it.
Yeah. And also because it's all in spreads, it doesn't even feel like that many pages.
Camel Moon, what's up? You're blocking yourself. Camel Moon, stop being so rude and blocking your own face.
Yeah, it's a real problem I have.
The Moonanimous, Camelus Moonanimous.
Nice.
What's up?
So, a little quick Camel Moon lore is I was doing a little investigation into some low budget filmmaking stuff. I'm like, who's made a low budget movie? Camel Moon's like, I've made 13, something like that. You linked me to one and I watched it, and it was pretty great. Like for what it is, for a low budget movie, it was like awesome. But it was like the pimp one, and it was filmed on location in New York City. I don't know what it was filmed on. It was like kind of fun, whatever you filmed it on too.
Camera.
Yeah, we filmed it. I made that in 2007, and that was El Pimpo Maximo. And we filmed it on a 3-chip camcorder back in the 2000s, which I mean, by today's standards, I mean your phone could do better than that. But we used a lot of effects to kind of give it that 70s grain kind of look to it. And it's funny, it's like on location. It was only on location because they hadn't torn down those areas yet, so they were still standing from the 70s. So we were able to get like that kind of authentic look to it. But yeah, that was a fun one. That one's only like what, 45 minutes, I think. It's not that long.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as a full feature, but that's like a long, epic endeavor. What about do you revisit any of those and think about doing them as a comic or anything? Or
It's funny. I had a script about a guy who goes. He's a bank robber, and he ends up in Key West, or in the Keys. And the name of the book, or the name of the movie at the time, was going to be called Matacumbe. And then Graham came out with it looked like almost the same thing. I was like, well, I'm gonna just kind of scrap that. I wouldn't turn El Pimpo into a comic. I don't know if it really lend itself. I've toyed with the idea of turning Platooth. I made a movie called Platooth into a comic, and that's actually a video game as well. And the Claude Agent, which is the IP I'm going to launch next year, I made a trilogy of those. So there's 3 of those movies, and they're all between 30 and 60 minutes.
Cool. And those will get turned into a comic then.
Yeah, I mean they're already in. I mean of the 3 movies, the final movie is already 3 comics. So it's going to be the majority of what I'm launching next year. And then the other 2 movies are kind of act as prequels, and those are I'm splitting into another 3 comics that are going to be coming out as supplementals.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool.
And then the event Camelverse crossover where everything is all together in a big clusterfuck.
Yeah,
everything exists in itself. Like, so Hail Salad is a cartoon in the universe, and Platooth is a video game in the universe, and there's like a little cross pollination. It's never like direct. Like, I'm never gonna have Cecil Pede hanging out with boots and heels or anything. That's kind of ridiculous.
When you're making the Platooth video game, what do you use to edit the game? Because you're probably not using Unity or anything like that, right? Is it some NES emulator editor thing?
So I have 2 games that I've worked on. One of them is the Hail Salad game, which I'm still working on. That's being built for NES, and it's built on an NES builder. I don't even know what it's called. And so I'm working on that, and it'll flash save to cartridges, so you can actually put a cartridge in NES and play it. And that'll come out probably 2025 or at this point. And then the Platooth game was Mac exclusive, and I built it on it was called like Power Game Maker or something, and that's a 15-year-old software. And it was pretty great game. I mean, it's pretty involved. It was like a Metroid / Mega Man kind of game. But you can only play it on like an old version of OS X. So you can't even play it anymore unless you have an old system or like some parallels or some type of way to play it. Like if you have anything past Lion, which I think is, back when they were still doing cats on Mac, then you can't play it. So I have it. I have the game. I just, no one can play it. So sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, you're doing tons of multimedia type stuff, which I think is awesome. I'm interested in all that kind of stuff too. And it's cool. It's coming up. So it's the 30th of this month or the 1st of November is your release for the collection of Hail Salad, right?
Yeah, whenever are there 30 or 31 days in October? I don't remember, but
31.
It's coming up. It's Halloween night, but it'll be at midnight. So technically, that's November 1st, and then
okay.
So yeah, that's when the 10th episode will go up, and that's 9.5 minutes. And then it's the longest one so far. And then I don't think I'll launch at midnight. I don't know of a whole lot of midnight launches for campaigns that do well, but I'll probably launch the campaign at noon the next day.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Do you have the sign up already, or is it live? Or
No, I'm not doing a sign up. I mean,
Okay.
it's
just
you
building
know,
hype?
it's yeah. I mean, because at this point, people know if people know, they know, and I'm not offering anything special if you sign up. So it's actually really, if anything, a low key Hail Salad second chance for the comic. But I happen to have the Blu-ray ready to go, so I figure I'll just kind of
Yeah,
tack
as a
them
nice
onto each other.
bonus. And you'll
Yeah.
see it'll be a little, like interesting of, if it does really well or something. Because traditionally, when people, so far in CG, when people try and step out of comics, it hasn't gone as well as we might hope or whatever. Like novels, animation, the audience isn't quite there. It is there for comics, but so you'll be able
Yeah,
to.
I mean, it's a tough nut to crack. There was a dude, I don't know his name, who like years ago was trying to make like some open world fighter game. Remember that?
Yeah,
And like it actually looked good, but he never got funding. And yeah, I think, and then I know Fresher Luke tried to do an animation. I don't think that hit funding. I think the only reason I'm even able to get Hail Salad out as a Blu-ray is because it's at this point it's done. So no one's funding my effort to make it. Like I kind of had to take that hit myself, and then now
yeah,
I'm selling finished product.
yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and I think that would probably be a better method. Like for anything else. Like if someone had a game, yeah, the game kind of needs to be done. I think, or whatever it is that you're selling. I think there's more leeway with comics, but with other mediums, I think it's for whatever reason it just needs to be finished first.
Yeah,
Games end up being so expensive as well. You can't even just make one on your own usually if it's a big game. Like I've had to pause working on my game for a bit, but I think I might end up working on it again soon. Like I can't even open Unity right now. Unity won't even open to run the editor so I'm like, I'll leave it for a bit. But I think my programmer might be available, so I'm actually getting kind of excited to work on Hollow Fist a bit. And I'm
yeah,
going to try and get the good polished version of the demo out on Steam with all the updates, because there's an old demo that's like anyone could play, but there's so many changes we made in like the last few months that we were developing it. It's like there's no point in sharing that version of the game because it's just not good enough. But yeah, if I can get the new demo out within a year, that would be fucking amazing.
cool.
What's it for?
It's for PC, and it's low. It doesn't need the performance, so it could run on a Switch, it could run on a Steam Deck, but yeah, it's like mid poly 3D. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Have you ever seen Hollow Fist before, Camel?
No, I don't know of it. I never heard of it.
Cool.
You can throw it up, Jake, if you want, and I'll let you screen share or whatever.
Yeah, I'll share it. No, I worked on it for like 5 years, and then during the pandemic, it kind of went on hiatus. And yeah, I'm hoping to get back to it. It's like a Pokemon parody for older audience. It's called Hollow Fist. It's the world's first fisting adventure, and everyone wants to be the greatest fister that ever lived. And fisting to them just means fighting, because they have hollow fists that are like robot gauntlets, and they project their hollow buddies from them. So all of these creatures are like the hollow buddies. Like, here's some hollow buddies, and here's like Minnie the Professor and Max. But yeah, it's like a grid-based battler, but you can walk around in this kind of like comic arty scene. Well, these bubbles, we engineered these bubbles so like if a character moves around that's talking, the stem will actually follow them. So in the programming of the game, I can just define like the location of this bubble on the screen. I can choose between like 3 different size ones, and then like it'll always point to the head of who's talking. And every character has their own color as well, so you'll always be able to recognize who's talking. But yeah, that's Holofist. I did all the 3D for it. We can do 2D cutscenes as well. So scenes like this, I could pretty much throw an illustration on the screen. But yeah, it was a lot of work.
So how does like what's the market like for this? Because I mean, obviously, like the indie market for games is beyond flooded. So like, how do you get it out there, or does like it just word of mouth, or is it Steam that does the heavy lifting? How does that work?
So even though I haven't been promoting it because it's on Steam, people have been wish listing it.
Okay.
Even I think Billy Basco had wish listed this before I mentioned it to him because he'd just seen it around.
Okay.
But I've taken it to a couple of shows as well, like a couple of gaming shows with the old demo in the UK. But yeah, there's that, and there's like, I suppose, getting out on Twitter. Game Get Dev Twitter is pretty good with the promotional between them. Like if you just tweet something out about a video game, bots will kind of like start retweeting it. And you can it's not that hard to build a bit of a following as long as you're putting stuff out there all the time. It's less hard than comics, but people are interested in seeing little game dev gifs and little videos of interesting mechanics that pop up on Twitter, and then they'll follow you. But yeah, it's all about building the wish list on Steam, which is pretty much it's like a sign up, but it's within Steam. But yeah.
And how much are you going to sell it for?
I'd think, I'm not sure. Maybe $20 for the game, but yeah, on the business side, I've invested a lot into it. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna. I just don't know how much money it's gonna really make. But yeah, 20. It's gonna be a decent sized game, like content wise. It's story and battles, and it's pretty meaty. It's not like a flimsy one of those quick indie games. But yeah, around that. But yeah, I wish I could open it up right now and play it, but Unity won't even open.
So what is it, like chess?
No. So how it works is, let me go around this, find a battle. So it's kind of like, come on, here we go. Yeah, so on your turn, you have your buddies. You can have like a team of 3, and you'll go kind of like through your characters picking the attacks, and it's kind of like chess-ish. Your attacks can move you around the board as well. Like some of them can be ranged attacks and they'll fire at the enemies. Some of them, they'll run over to them and start slashing. Like Pacoon has this triple pounce attack where it'll jump up and like slam 3 times, and wherever the third one is, it'll land. So it's like you're constantly moving your pieces around the board to do attacks, but also take better positions and stuff. But yeah, and
like XCOM almost.
In a way, definitely slightly inspired by that, but like, yeah, ish. Imagine XCOM modes with Pokemon, but the battles are kind of like, the battles are more like, you could maybe some of the tougher ones you could sit there for like maybe 5 minutes. Some of them are super quick. Man, I haven't talked about the mechanics of Holofist for ages. Yeah, it's like you jump into a Pokemon battle, but you have a grid. No, what it's most like is South Park Stick of Truth. If you've ever played that or seen anything about that, it's similar to South Park Stick of Truth. And then their later game, Fractured But Whole. Yeah, Dim-Witted Chicken says Fractured But Whole. Yes, yeah, it's similar to that.
Nice.
And you can there's timed button presses whenever you're attacking or defending to kind of like do extra damage and shield damage. So you're not just like sitting there mashing A. There's like a timing based element to keep you engaged with the fights.
Mike's in the back room, Normal.
Oh yeah, thanks. Bancroft, what's up? Sorry if you're there for long.
No.
I have to. My window's so weird. I have to scroll down to see if anyone's there, and so I check it once in a while.
Are you on a laptop or something?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
How's it going, everyone? Oh, 47 people watching. Quick shout out to Hotel Story. I'm hoping I can get one more backer tonight. I got a few on with Ethan. That was great. Got like 6 backers. We're getting a little boost here. We're getting close to 11,000. Oh, well, I'm gonna put my screen up. So everyone, take a look. 54 people watching. Some of you may be bots. If you're not a bot, consider yourself a good person. Then you're my audience. So.
Why do you
humbly
assume they're
accept you.
bots?
I just
Who
know
else
that
would watch Narwhal.
there's
channel,
always some
you know?
bots out there. Yeah,
Late night narwhal.
yeah. We here at this channel, we don't hate bots completely. We accept them for who they are, but most people are human. Say hi if you're human. That's the other thing. See, Jordan Horst, look at this. What is he doing? See, I don't trust this guy, Chris M. Squibs. I don't trust you.
Maromi says, "Rest in peace, Pornbot." Pornbot is actually the new character on Hail Salad episode 10.
Laughing Man says, "I'm not a bot. I'm a top."
Have you shown anyone what Pornbot looks like, or is that embargoed?
I think so. I mean, I made it on a I put it on a poster that I put out like a couple weeks ago. It has Pornbot, Liam, and Eric July on the poster.
Someone asked me like a week ago, they're like, I think I'm like banned or something from your YouTube channel. Can you unban me? I was like, certainly, but I didn't even know how to, but I watched some tutorials or whatever, clicked around enough in YouTube to find like banned accounts on my account or something. And it was all Sonic the Hedgehog. And then I remembered, oh, I don't remember if I banned him or if some mods that I had were doing the good Lord's work. But Sonic, for a long time, kind of early CG, this Sonic bot would come in and go N-I-G-G, and you know from there. But when they get
I wonder what
banned,
they're trying to spell out.
yeah, it was like 50 of them were banned on my thing. But
50? That's dedication.
yeah.
I do all my own banning, happily. Like, gone, bye bye.
Gleefully, you might say.
Gleefully.
Yeah.
I'm laughing all the way.
During Wolverine?
Yeah. I'm doing a Zen cleanup, which I almost never do, but if I go like that, that's the original Narwhal style drawing. And here's like attempting to make it look better. But
I haven't yet mastered doing the lines to create like a motion of a form where the whole thing's made out of lines. I need to practice that more.
that's like the only thing I can do.
I don't practice anything ever.
Every drawing is the one and
Yeah.
only drawing that existed.
And it's
Okay.
working. It's working good for you. Yeah.
Well, I just hack at it. If it doesn't look good, I just keep going.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll you will draw a face. I call them derp faces.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. What the hell is that? So I will delete it. But no, if I'm drawing, it's for a reason.
I'm the complete opposite. I do so much drawing just to practice. I need to get on with doing proper pages.
Yeah, you'd be done by now if you did do that. And you wouldn't notice that much of a difference, maybe. That would be
Maybe.
funny, but
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Just
People are calling me emo Bancroft, so I turn the light on.
It's Darth
Thanks.
Bogan.
I'm coloring, so I try to at least have it kind of dark.
can you screen share your work at all, or is it spoilers?
No. I'm trying to Hello. That's a
There we
little.
go.
That's a little too dark. I'm trying to not show this one particular character, which is it's a little tricky
Is it the
because
replicator?
Yeah. Already that's a spoiler that you have a character that we can't see. I'm like, who is it?
no, I mean he's in the whole book. It's just it's sort of like a Darth Sidious moment. Who is Darth? Who could Darth Sidious possibly be? You know, in Phantom Menace. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, I mean,
I
everyone
was
knows,
never
but
under the impression that it was even supposed to be a secret. You
it
know?
isn't. It wasn't.
Yeah,
But in
it's
the
like,
in
it's clearly
film,
him.
it was.
Yeah.
In film, it was. So they treated it in the film as if it was a secret, even though everyone knew. So
Yeah,
I'm just trying to like.
They never actually have a reveal, so it's pretty obvious. You know, I mean, is the reveal when he turns into a prune face and he's like,
No, the reveal is
What-
when Mace Windu storms his office, and he's like, "You are
that's not
the
that's such
Sith."
crap.
It's like the reveal in that cabin movie we watched. It's like,
Oh yeah,
really?
that was weak too. You guys hear this movie? Was it Cabin in the Woods or something? Knock at the
No,
door.
knock at the
or
cabin.
Oh yeah.
What happened
It's
in it?
like, well, it's like the four horsemen of the apocalypse show up and they have to like kill these people or something. They have to sacrifice them if they don't sacrifice themselves, and then they turn the TV news on and it's just like, oh my god, the world's collapsing, and it's just like, that's the fucking news, bro. You know, like the world's always collapsing.
Yeah, and at one point in the movie, like, I think they're the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and you're like, yeah, we know, we figured that out.
Yeah, we got it.
When the
figured
four
that
of them
out.
turned up.
Oh yeah.
That movie was a waste. I feel like M. Night is like just, you know, still writing that 15 minutes he got from the Sixth Sense.
Maybe one day he'll come out with something actually good again.
No,
I'll be like,
no,
oh.
it's over.
I think he's done completely.
I
He'll
think
never be able to think of a new idea.
Yeah.
Well, but hang on, is he a writer or is he just a director?
No, he writes all of his stuff.
He writes all of them, so it's all his. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm
It's
not
all his
expecting
fault.
anything to
It's
come.
all his fault.
Yeah. It's over. Unbreakable was decent, Marami. I did like Unbreakable.
Unbreakable
saw that
is a
couple
little
times.
slow.
Yes.
Like if you were to rewatch that, you'd be like, all right, let's get it.
Yeah, you've really got nothing else happening that day
Yeah,
if you're watching
it's like,
Unbreakable.
what are you doing tonight? I guess this, you know, nothing's happening.
What was I watching? Oh, Silence of the Lambs, one of my favorite movies. Even that, when was that made? Early 90s?
92, I think.
Even that, at the ending of the movie, they're at the FBI graduation party, and Starling gets a phone call. Sterling or Starling? What's her name?
Starling. With a star.
Darling. Anyway, she gets a phone call, and then there's a good 12-second moment of another random FBI recruit saying, "Oh, take a photo." Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. It's like 12 seconds. I'm like, wow, they would not put that in. And like that is just. And then the boss says to her, "Can I borrow you for a moment?" And they walk off, and they show a bit of that. And then he's like, "Oh, I just want to, congratulate you, whatever." And they do a handshake, and it's the slowest handshake in the world. It's like a 6-second film handshake where it goes like this. and they film the handshake. And the whole time you're just waiting for her to talk to whoever's on the phone. It's like, oh, don't forget your phone call, and that's the good part. It's like they did things in films, even in the 90s, that I just don't think they would do anymore. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
everything is it's all kind of beefed up a little bit. They kind of moved through it. I watched with my wife the Karate Kid trilogy. That gets sadder. That's by the last one. You're like, oh, for fuck's
the
sake.
third one.
Yeah.
The third one is like it's funny because I think the second one's actually the strongest one. It's like
I like the
It's-
second one.
I like the second one a lot, and I think it's like there's an argument that it might even be a better movie because it's a little bit slower and like thoughtful. But the third one is like everyone's on coke, and they're all screaming at each other, and there's this like the plot is kind of purposeless, and you're like I kind of can't even believe they made this.
You know, there was a fourth one
Yeah, I mean it's not really a fourth one. It's like
with a chick.
yeah.
was
Well,
like-
it's with
I think it would look like Hilary Swank, but not necessarily.
no, it is
Swank.
Hillary Swank.
Oh, it was. Oh yeah, there you
Mhm.
go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and in the trailer, I mean, this ought to wrap it up. I'll never ever watch it, but someone literally shoots an arrow at Miyagi and he catches it before it hits. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, guys! Like you could catch arrows now.
I think maybe it was the stakes are higher in the second one.
I think
They're
the
kinda
second
like
one,
real
the
stakes.
second one is actually very similar in style to Back to the Future 3, where it's like it's not Daniel's story as much as it's shared with Miyagi, and his, Miyagi's the impetus to be there in Okinawa, and so, there's more stuff going on, and then like Daniel's kind of like led into it in this sort of coming of age story where you can see from an outside perspective, like how older people deal with shit. But the third one is like, it's awful. And it's funny because Daniel's the main character and he's completely insufferable. Like you can't listen to him, you can't watch him. He's terrible at everything. Every decision he makes is the worst. It's terrible. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, most of the time when the conversation goes to film stuff, I sit here like I have no idea what anyone's on about because I've never watched hardly half of these films. I haven't seen a single Karate Kid film. I'm trying to catch up on films I haven't watched.
You're like Raimi.
Well, they're all on Netflix. We
'Cause-
watched them because she wanted to watch Cobra Kai. So I was like, well, let's watch the movies first so we can, I can get you up to speed.
I would say watch the movies, then watch the YouTube video that spawned the Cobra Kai idea.
Yeah.
Which,
Should I watch
which
the
is
Should I watch the Karate Kid films then? Like, should I put that on the
Oh
list?
yes, at least
Okay.
the first two, especially the first one. And then they came out. Some smart person came out with a YouTube video asserting that Daniel was the villain the whole time, and that's really
He
what
is.
they based.
Well, in the second one, not as much,
Cobra
but definitely
Kai.
in the first one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
the
talking
sh-
about the first
The
one.
show's really great. It's really funny. It's not woke and whatever. Or
Yeah,
they-
it's very
they strike a
self-aware.
balance.
It came out at a time when there was a bunch of sort of really self-aware TV shows coming out, like Mythic Quest's first season was really good. That was this really self-aware.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai season 1 was great. I didn't watch after season 3. I think I was just like, yeah, you had a hit and now you're trying to stretch it out, and I'm not really into you anymore. But if people like it, more power to them.
Everyone, 69 nice people watching. Hotel Story. I'm looking for one backer. Can we get one? Give me one backer tonight. Can we get one backer? Yeah.
Do you have a full body reference drawing of her? You said you wanted me to draw her. I'll give it a go. I've still got to do my Lucent competition entry. I've been so distracted with coloring. I've got
Yeah.
to work on that.
Yeah, I shared one
Yeah.
today from a bit of one from Skunk. that looks pretty crazy. So I think we've got 3 weeks to go. We've got to start really hyping that up. Good odds to win right now. So
People come in at the end. It's like
Yeah.
I usually
the way.
like posting stuff early instead of doing like I'm hiding it till the end because I'm like whatever. I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna hide it away.
I should do the same when I would do the t-shirt competitions. I would show it 3 days before the end of the competition because then it's too late. You know, no one can really swipe what you did, your idea. And also you can't really do anything either.
You know, speaking of fan art, Camel, I know you messaged me a while ago, but like I did actually do a little drawing.
Oh, look, it's Ella from Fractured Mind.
No,
That's
it's not.
Clearly, she agent. You can tell from her goggles.
Yeah,
Well done.
I had
Let me just DM Rod to tell him to add in some goggles.
Yeah, I think he's, yeah.
If it was
Well
if it's gonna be colored, it'll be all purple and stuff. But yeah,
She loses the hat. She loses the hat on page 4 or 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do like a whole 9 of little sketch cards of all the characters.
Yeah, I'll take a look when you're done. I'm sure we could do something with it. If you want to do something for the Hail Salad campaign, you know, I'll pay you in all the exposure bucks on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, money. I do stuff that I find fun to do. It's never usually. I know we should be going for money all the time because then it's like the capitalist motivation and not like, well, why are you really doing it? But I do. All those characters looked fun. It's like I want to do some fan art of Magic Cup because all of those characters have cool designs in Phil's book. But yeah. I guess the point of this stream is doing fan art to get promotion. That's why Noble's doing these fan art pieces to try and get new eyeballs on his art through the tweeters.
Why do you hate Phil?
Me?
Jake? Yeah.
Why? Why do I hate you, Phil? What? Why does Phil think I hate him? Probably because I was supposed to color something for him a while ago and I still haven't done it.
Oh.
Wait, Phil, I was just saying I wanted to do Magic Cup fan art. Why does that mean I hate you?
You know what I want? You know, it's up to you if you have time. If you want to do like a fan 22 pages.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
with in color.
You
with
could,
a cover.
and you might win. You might win at the end of it.
Win, yeah.
Printing.
you know what I'll do is I'll print it. Everyone will get it, and you know I'll probably charge a small fee just for printing.
A nominal fee, a nominal $40 or something.
$24.
Yeah,
$22, whatever. I think that sounds. I think I mean I'm just spitballing. These are just ideas at the top of my head,
And I'm not sure I'd be able to write anything decent. So if you'd want to like write the whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Exactly how you'd want it.
Yeah, I'll go. That's exactly how it is. And and I hope look, I might change my mind halfway through, and then ask you to do some of the pages over.
Yeah, I mean, extensive redraws are just part of the process.
Months of work, and then maybe not print at all.
At the end. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
I mean, but if you don't want to be successful here on the internet with us, I get it.
If you want people to really know,
you want to be a freeloader and do nothing. That's fine.
You're not willing to put in.
Oh, one day I'll get to draw my own book.
TikTok, Jake. Remember, you said you wanted to have a book done by Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a preview book where it has. So if I was doing a preview book that had pages from both of them, how many pages would you want? 10 pages of each, or is that too much?
10 pages is good for a preview book. You usually can get a nice little chunk of something in there.
Let's see what
you're doing. The flip book, yeah.
Yeah. I would do like a flip book thing of both of them, and then yeah, because I know Cocktober would be a great launch date for Connell, but I don't know if I really want to wait that long. But
You could find other cock puns, I think.
yeah, Cockuary.
Yeah.
Cock.
Maycock.
Make just put every month as a cock version of the month. Where the hell is my folder with the layouts in? It's gonna count how many pages that first little scene is in Connell.
Model V says the only thing Bancroft raids is his own gayness level and the heights he'll fall from when he loses in poker. I won a $1,600 pot on Friday. Take that.
Was that on a stream?
Glory.
We didn't see it. We don't know if that really happened.
No, it was in real life. It was
1,
lovely.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That first scene is 7 pages. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pages where it's the head of the blocks. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That'd be half the book. I'm not doing that. I could put those first 7 pages in. I can't believe you haven't won at all on Camel Night so far. Like, Camel beat you, and then even Phil
Have
beat
you
you.
seen it? Have you witnessed it? How could I possibly
3
win?
games in a row, and Mike hasn't won one of them.
But
Freaking
Mike
rigged.
never gets to rebuy like everyone else does.
Well, he's just so good, apparently. Although it doesn't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
work
yeah.
out for him, you know.
Yeah.
See, it's part of my hustle. I lose so many times that I'm forced to rebuy, but then I go all in and I knock them both out.
Just
you know?
hooking me in.
Yeah.
I love the
If
glass.
you were a
cannon
little better,
analogy.
you would see it coming a mile away, but you're not. It's understandable. Mike's gonna fly here and wring my neck. Just gonna hear a knock at the door and a punch in the face. That last stream got taken down though. That was so annoying.
That's
because of the AI.
Well, at first, you know, it's a whole fucking story, but they're like, oh, we're taking it down because of the clip at, you know, 035. I was like, 035? What the hell is that? That's like right in the beginning of the show. So I go to it, and it's, you know, the cartoon of Mike feeding me a candy bar. And they were like, oh, this is child pornography. I was like,
Oh,
what are
because
you
you're
fucking
the
talking
short
about?
guy. Because you're
So
like the short guy.
Finally get on
With a
in touch
childish
with
beard.
someone, and they were like, oh no, that's not what it is. It was something else. And so they found what it was and showed me. And it was, yeah, I guess there was like some AI piece of whatever, I don't
Selena
the fuck's her name?
Gomez.
Selena Gomez, yeah, with like a baby face. And they were like,
Well,
well,
no, hang on.
technically-
You say that, it makes it sound it's like some weird shit. No, it was her face. She just had a small head because the
yeah,
AI was
right.
shit.
Yeah, the
It was an
AI said it
adult
was
face.
a kid or something, but it's like the
Yeah.
face, the body was 100% a woman's. It was also wasn't like, I mean, it was a bra, but it was like a full bra. Anyway, I was just like, okay, well, they wouldn't even tell me what it was specifically about her. Serious Cat in the chat told me that that's what he thought it was, and I was like, oh shit, that probably makes a lot of sense. But even when I asked them multiple times, I couldn't get any answer, probably because they don't want to be liable for anything. So I was like, you know, I was told, I was like, look, have you ever seen my thumbnails? Like, I got boobs melting out of each other, and you're fucking taking this down for some flash frame that comes up for half a second. And yeah, so anyway, I guess I have to be a little bit more diligent with the random pics that I find.
But your
They told me
channel
they
didn't
were
get
like,
limited or anything, right?
yeah, what?
Your channel didn't get limited. They can still stream.
I mean, my access has been revoked until Wednesday or something. So, you know,
Okay.
I'm in jail for a week. So, but yeah, they said unless it was educational or art, I couldn't have put it up. I said, or scientific. I said, well, it's all three. I was like, it's AI, so it's art because I didn't make it. I was like, it's scientific because we're trying to determine if it's real or not, and it's educational because we're learning about AI. And they didn't go for any of it. So
See, you should have been wearing a lab coat during the whole thing. Just get lab coats and like vials of bubbling green liquid around. Then it'll be science.
yeah, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's like YouTube is set up so that you actually can't get too interesting. You know?
Milk
I
toast
really feel
only.
like that's the way. You got to be kind of milk toast. You got to be kind of boring. You got to not really say much of anything. That's all they want.
They want reviews of movies, action figures, video games. That's it. You know, a tutorial on how to fix a light bulb. A documentary on, you know, some fucking World War II thing. That's it. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's all just, God forbid you have any type of edge at all. And it's like, no, you're out.
You're muted, by the way, Noel.
It's because I'm eating a carrot.
Okay. Yeah, it's like they just want to. If they can point to something that already exists on TV, then it's fine. Like you can talk about World War II stuff, but you can't talk about the same stuff and like they use the same words in a different context.
I think what I'm going to start doing is simulcasting to the Rumble. This way, in case YouTube decides to be a bunch of little pussy ass bitches, at least the stream will still be there for whoever wants to watch it later. I mean, like, you know, once we do the stream, like, you know, the views that come the following weeks doesn't really mean a whole lot of anything. I mean, sometimes it's up to 1,000 views, but it's like, yeah, but whatever. I mean, the money is already made from the stream, so I'm not, because I don't make ad sales, so it's just like, it's just there. So if people want to watch it on Rumble, that's fine.
You know, if you want to build it up fast, what you could do is do
Like a half and half.
Yeah, half and half.
Yeah.
And send everyone over there.
I mean, it's not a bad idea because especially when we get to the goon stuff, you know, like, you know, that's a little bit more edgier anyway. And you know, as soon as every time we end the stream, Mike's dropping N-bombs here and there all the time. So if we didn't have to edit that out, that would be a lot easier.
We could just keep that live. Yeah, that would be
just keep going.
So freeing. And finally be myself.
Yeah.
I'm back. I finished my carrot. I was listening to you guys. But I forgot what you said.
Something about M-bombs. Okay, I've got these reference images. Okay, I'll give her a draw.
Nice. I might share your screen if you're just drawing.
I'd have to hook it up.
Did you hear someone ratted me out to Ethan, Camel?
Yeah, someone. What does that mean?
You? Well, no, like that clip where you're like, I don't know, I know who said it. It's like, oh, there's Cecil, and I said, oh, that's Ethan. Someone thought, "Oh, I'm gonna start some shit."
Yeah, it wasn't me. No, I think Ethan was watching it and didn't want to admit to watching.
No, he
Candlelight.
didn't. He wasn't watching it. He said someone sent it to him. He went to watch it after that. Maybe he thought, "Oh, this looks like a lot of fun,"
Oh yeah.
even though he was being insulted in that particular moment.
It's,
But we were playing
look,
poker by
everyone
then,
gets
so-
insulted on my show. I don't.
Yeah,
no punches.
yeah.
Mortal V's laughing like it was him.
Fearsome Bullets is definitely Camel. It wasn't me. I don't send anyone anything.
Well, I get sent stuff occasionally about of certain people as if I care. You know, did you see this? I don't care. I'm working here, trying to make a living. But you know, people think it's pertinent that others know what jokes others are saying about them.
I'm just sad that no one got to see this joke about Shane. That was the best joke ever.
That was brutal. And we were talking about that, and it's like, my God, he just dressed. I mean, I don't think Shane dresses like that anymore, but one time he did.
Well, he's gonna stop now. You know.
Yeah.
I
You don't want to be
associated
associated with that.
with the dude who sniffs his own butthole.
Oh,
What was happening?
Some woman was like fingering his asshole and then putting it in his mouth. I was like, oh Jesus God.
no wonder your stream got.
I know. I mean,
And that wasn't what took it down either.
I know.
That's fine. YouTube says that's fine. That's just
Yeah,
more
yeah.
kink
Yeah,
thing.
you can show that all you want, but God forbid you show a Photoshop of someone's face. I don't know. We might have to relive that clip one day.
See, it says 179 there. Watch when I update it and it didn't go up. Does that make anyone
Oh,
feel
yeah.
sad? I feel
It
so
makes me
sad when that
sad.
happens. Yeah. Chat, how does that make you feel, chat?
It's a real boner killer.
Yeah. If
You
guys
know
want
what
some
gets me
real fur-
boners? 180 backers.
Yeah, seriously. That's what we need
don't-
right now.
You know,
I
you
think
trying
we'll
to sell
all
this
get
book
boners.
on giving camel boners is not really the win that you
Yeah.
think it is.
Come on, guys, let him get it up. Let's get him
Yeah,
up
let's
to
get
180.
Camel boner.
Just a little camel moon boner. No big deal. Let's get it going.
Who
Red
This
rocket.
stream here.
Campbell's little boner.
Oh man, I haven't drawn for a bit. This is tough.
You might actually get returns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna
Oh.
go down now. 172.
Mortal V, it's harder with the second chance because so many people have already backed it. So I wouldn't feel too bad. But definitely everyone, if you haven't backed Cash Grab. I found my copy, by the way. I thought I lost it when I moved and I found it. So it's by my bed now. So I'm going to finish it. I'm excited. Cash Grab. Cecil was saying he's got some ideas for sequels and spin-offs that sound good. He said in
The
Tampa, he said that
Cecilverse.
Yeah. He said he was working on a what's it called? The guy.
Oh, Mike
who's like-
Oxmall. Yeah.
Oxmall. Yeah, like just touch me. Yes, that guy.
Say more quotes from Mike Oxmall in your voice.
I don't
Come on,
know.
keep going. What other things does he say, Novel?
I can't think of his lines.
He's the power punch.
Power
about
punch.
that.
sexy a second move. The Vaseline power punch.
I was
That's
like,
it, the
"Is that
Vaseline
hail
power
salad? What is
punch.
that?
Well, it's all saved on Finatra's song that he did.
Yeah. Finatra played the song with you in it. I realized there's Finatra songs with your voice in it, Mike. There's the crawfish one.
I love that one.
Yeah.
A very small part, but yeah, that happened on my stream. I said I was streaming with Anthony Figaro, and I'm like, "Tell me about this." And he went. He was like, it was 5 minutes long of him just going, "Oh yeah." It was like that. And Fibonacci made a song out of it. It was a great honor.
I put my link in the chat, Narwhal.
Oh, cool.
'Cause,
I will pull
I'm
it
gonna
up
be
here.
wrapping this campaign up very soon.
Boots and heels. Here, let's guilt trip to
We
chat
actually
about
sold
this one,
another
too.
shoebox like 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it's looking great.
So if anyone hasn't gotten it yet, I'm going to be taking everything down except for the quadriptych tier at the top there. But every, yeah, so that'll stay. But everything
Yeah.
below it, the trade paperback, the 3D, the lunch boxes, the shoebox, all that stuff is coming down. Because I got to start ordering it so I can mail it out to you guys. I'm going to actually start getting the lunch boxes out probably right before Christmas. So you guys are going to have those very soon. But if you want any of it, yeah, try to get an order in as soon as possible because, you know, I have to buy this stuff. I think I'm going to be on Cecil's on Tuesday, actually, as sort of a.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Nice.
That was a
Yeah,
great show.
I'll be
I
and
hadn't
on my
laughed
show
so
on
much.
Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Actually, and I didn't
What
even realize
Kelsey?
this. My birthday is on Saturday. So maybe I'll leave it open until Saturday. Have sort of a birthday wrap-up stream. or
Birthday
something.
Yeah,
stream.
do it.
Nice. Do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you
I
want to
think
do
that's
that.
probably the best idea. We're still trying to get to 40K. We're pretty close. I think we could try to.
Yeah, because there's a big boost at the end, so it's looking like
Yeah.
prognosis positive.
Yeah, if you let everyone know there's a hard close,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of backers will come out to get.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Everyone, can we get it back on it tonight? Get the Nuge. It's called the Nuge if you do it on my channel. The Nuge.
Oh, new. And I have
327.
this too. It's on there. It's this this 3D stand. Look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And it's actually
That's
it's kind of hard to
badass.
tell. It's holographic too.
That
So,
looks cooler than I imagined it would too. All
And
put
then-
together.
Like
That's
this.
sweet.
You see the old cover, like the old school stuff, and you can put that there.
Nice.
So that's on the campaign right now. This is something that's coming down. So if you're interested, you can pick it up. And I'll be ordering these.
Look what I have.
Mortal V's
Now
got
put
all
me
the. Oh, sorry. Oops.
Oh, you have one too.
Oh,
Look
you
at
got one too.
Nice.
that. Very good.
You stole it from Campbell's house and you had to order a second
Again, I
one.
nicked it.
Mortal
When he
V's.
let his guard down for
Got
that split
birthday.
Yeah,
second.
I
No,
nicked
Yeah.
it when you let your guard down for that split second.
I had a dream. This is no joke. I had a dream that Mike and I had a portal between us, and we could like give each other things.
The ass
And-
portal.
Yeah, and then I was like, it just didn't make any sense, and I finally woke up. But I was like, he was handing me stuff to show on the show, and I was handing it back to him. And then I thought, like, why don't I just come hang out with you? So I went through the
Aw.
portal and started looking around his house, and there was like some type of weird time dilation thing. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. He's like, yeah, you got to go before like the world explodes. So I got back. I went back. It was like, and we were using the portal. It was through the TV or something. Anyway.
You probably had that dream because we were passing things when I
think
was
so.
there, you know, through the.
It's wishful thinking. Mortal V
Window.
says it was the hand job portal. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. It's funny when you start talking about dreams and then everything started rushing back. That's right. I forgot I went to your house and I like looked around and it was very, very real.
I
I'll
went
have to
through
see
a
if
whole.
I'm ever in Australia if my dream version of your house was
Yeah,
actually
if
what
it matches
looks
up
like.
at all.
That'd be really fucking weird.
I went through a whole period of waking up and thinking people were in my room, and it was always people I'd been streaming with, and I was always, but like I'd be kind of half awake and I'd move stuff around, being like, "No, don't look at these things." I'd
Mm.
So
like
look at
wake
those
up and be,
magazines.
yeah, no,
The-
get them away. I'd be like,
The
then
only other. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'd eventually wake up, and the reason it comes to an end is I'd be like, they all live in a different country. Why would they even be here? Like, that's not possible. That's not physically possible.
Yeah. I've had
The only
some-
other CG I've dreamt of is Narwhal. That's it.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, dream
I've
of
had
me.
some,
Some weird dance.
my
What's
most
that?
That's lame.
my most recurring, not exactly a nightmare, but it's kind of a bad dream. Like in college, you always have it where you like miss the test or whatever. You haven't gone to class all semester. Like that's real. But now the one in adult life is I have a dream where for some reason I'm in China and I have to book a flight and I miss my flight and I'm stuck in China or whatever, or even Portland and I just want to be home. And it's like, oh crap.
You get stuck in China on the day World War III begins.
Yeah, then you wake up and you're like, I'm not in China. I'm fucking in my place, just like I fucking wanted. Sweet. And you get stoked.
I've woken up crying, like actually in tears from a dream before, and it was a dream about trying to save a hedgehog.
A hedgehog. I knew it.
Yeah.
Of course,
It
it
was
was about
like-
a hedgehog.
It was in the high street, and there was this tiny hedgehog that hadn't, like, when they're young, they don't even have their colors yet. They're like pink, like dish brushes. And I was like trying to beg people for money to try and save it, and everyone was like, "I don't know, we don't care about this stupid hedgehog." I woke up like, "No, this poor thing's gonna die." Then I saw about like 5 of them flattened on the road. I was like, "Ah, okay." I almost had a chance to save another one the other day, but it was nighttime, so I was like, "That's fine. It can be outside now. I don't need to steal this one from its home and take it to some guy people's house to look after it."
Jamie Max,
Big
have you
dog.
backed Hotel Story yet? Are you planning on it? Have you backed any of my books, Jamie Max? Are you familiar with the works of Narwhal?
Yeah,
I
that's a
finally
good
got-
tactic. That's what I do. I isolate people in the chat and shame them and guilt them until they pay for something.
This is a really good book that people should read. Novel sent it to me in PDF form, and I liked it so much I was like, I should actually buy it and give him money for it. But there's some really cool ideas in this for writing, and I used a lot of this to write the first Drake Bristle story. Like just the concept of create elements that look like they're going to collide in the future, and then like straddle them, and then it's like you never lose interest.
Many thanks, Jamie Max. He says, yes, sir. Caleb, I got your book right here. Yeah, that interactivity book, that's nonfiction, and that's like maybe my best-selling book, which is funny, the way life works.
Have you formulated any more ideas for writing that you'd be able to do a second book about in a similar line or not?
I got a bunch of feedback when I first published that one, and there was just stuff that's missing. So one of them was like world building. That book doesn't talk about world building at all. And I'm like, you
Maybe-
could talk about it in that context.
Maybe you could take the numbers to a publisher and say, hey, if I did like a second volume of this and put it into Barnes and Noble and
Yeah. Yeah,
go
I
big with
wonder.
it. Because
should-
you said today, didn't you, that you've crowdfunded over 500,000?
Yeah.
You know, and plus you've sold tons of that book already, so you know there's interest. Just take those numbers to a publisher and say, look, I've got more to say. I can put an abridged version out. Do you want to publish it? And, you know.
Yeah, because it's a little bit different target market, the nonfiction stuff, than comics. Because comics, I asked a few people, I was like, what is there like an option for like publishing if I try and branch out that way? And one person said, it's not a secret, I can't think of her name, but it's the nice lady who's used to work for Marvel, and she's like CG adjacent now. You guys might know, chat might know. Oh, I forget her name right now. But she said like, yeah, but the problem is that maybe you could get someone, but it's probably a worse deal than self-publishing anyway now because the industry is so bad. Like it would be a step backwards. The only reason people kind of like to do it is because of the fantasy romance, the personal goal fantasy of
The idea of
your-
I'm gonna walk into a bookstore and see my book on the shelf.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but Fund My Comic is working on doing a Diamond Distro deal, and they want 32-page floppies selling for $6 is their idea. And I do want to try and do one of those with them and see what, like, it might be the collected Naked Samurai. I was like, can I just do like 3 Naked Samurai short stories? Because I don't know what I even have that would work for that for 32
How many
pages.
pages of Naked Samurai do you have already? Because they're the little things that go in the back of each of your books, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it all adds up to like 28 or 25, but I could put like one other story in or something too to get to 32. Jamie Max. Gnarl, if you make Faggotry a mod, she'll post your links in other chats. I will. Oh, Faggotry's calling Jamie Max's bluff. Sure, Faggotry, I'll make you a mod.
These two are always at it in the chat, and I don't know if it's kayfabe or if it's real.
Even if
They
it's
might be
real,
the
it's
best
all
of
gay
friends.
face.
Yeah, there's no such thing as real on the internet. It's all kayfabe.
Yeah, everything that's said is
Oh,
a
yeah?
joke until it's not anymore, apparently.
It's flirting, says Junk66.
It probably is. And that's heartwarming.
Yeah, if you got two people constantly at each other in the chat, they have to either neither be mods or both of them.
Hey,
Maybe
looks
be
like we got a
mod.
little nuge up in here. You guys see what I'm saying? A little nuge. You guys see this?
Yeah, the 3D one. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, look at that. Look at
Here,
that.
let's get the dopamine from seeing it go up. You ready? It's gonna get digits changing. The digits. Oh, look at that! It changed.
Oh,
That's so
yeah.
sweet.
The
Oh,
legit
yeah.
digit.
Digitsu.
Legit digits.
Jitsu.
Jocko's.
Huh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Oh, I
Excellent.
like Junk's avatar of Michelangelo.
Well, thank you, Murami. Thank you very much.
I
I met
think
Murami.
Digitsu.
He was at the con. He hung out with us like almost every day, right? I think so.
Back to just building a little sadness about this not going up right now.
Trying to kill the
179.
audience.
I like that I was able to get a sale before Narwhal on his own stream.
It's about contrast and compare.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're really stalling out here with Hotel Story. 10,661. Is it going to be like this forever? Is this the highest it's ever going to go?
No.
I need
Stop
to get.
blaming
I need to
You
go
have
back to
23
the.
days.
I need to go back to the Fred Meyer Deli.
Camel Squibs is asking what Boots and Heels is.
Boots and Heels is the greatest story ever. It's essentially Batman meets the X-Men. The future is destroyed, and so Boots and Heels are forced to go back in time to stop it from happening. But they don't know anything about the past, so they have to hire or recruit, I should say, the Claude agent, who's like this sort of Batman, urban Zorro of the 21st century, to help them discover what happened and stop it all from happening. And it's told over 13 books, and so this campaign is for the first 4 books, and it'll be I'm gonna have multiple campaigns, so every book will come with a hollow foil cover, and it'll be 22 to 28 pages, and it's full color. I've done all the writing, drawing, illustration, all that stuff. It's about 75% done. I have to finish issue 2, but issue 0, 1, and 3 are all done, 100%.
Nice.
What's this guy? Snelly says, I don't like Batman or X-Men. All right, well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Yeah.
Well, if you mix them together, then it becomes something extra special. So
Yeah, that's
X-Men.
true. That's like saying I don't like peanut butter or jelly, but it's like, yeah, but if you mix them together, it's
yeah. See, that's what we're saying.
Yeah. I like Simply Green. He says it's Citizen Kane meets Back to the Future. Well, I can go with that too.
That's like PB&J. Hen Schneily said earlier that he backs 2 narwhals and gives 1 away. I wanted to give that a shout out. That's a good system. I like that. I support
It
that.
has a. We don't have to watch it now, but if you guys have the link, the trailer is good. Pedro Ang made it. I made it with him. I did the storyboards and we did all the animation. And it's a pretty accurate trailer to the first issue, exactly. How things go down, or the first couple issues, I should say. And,
Yeah, let me reshare with audio and see. I always
Snelly, yeah, it's nothing like Batman or X-Men now. It's essentially Nightfall and Days of Future Past put together. So it's not like the shit that's coming out these days.
hear that.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
How long did it take him to animate all that from like start to
That's
finish?
a while. I think it probably started in, I want to say August of last year, and it wasn't done till maybe November, so it took a minute. But it came out great, so I was happy with it. A good tier too, if anyone's interested, is the black and white trade. It's, I think, the lowest entry point to get the whole thing, like the whole first 4 issues. And the black and whites came out nice because they used a lot of grayscale, so it's kind of its own piece in a way.
I'm really excited about the 3D one. I want to do with a poster that's the blue-green 3D, red-blue 3D. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've had the glasses ready.
Yeah, it's funny. You're the only one who had the glasses. I keep them next to my desk because
I got them right here.
Yeah, they're probably the same ones. So, and they're like a real pair of glasses because I didn't want to buy any paper ones because I thought they'd break. So, but the 3D covers, or it's not even the cover, it's the whole issue. It's just issue 1 though, but it's 28 pages and it looks really cool. There's like multiple levels of depth, and it's really kind of a kick to take a look at. And every issue will come with 3D glasses if you don't have any. Moromi says he tragically missed out on the Dan Lawless cover. You can get it in the what do you call it? What do you call it? Like when you're in the secondary room?
I don't know. The secret room.
In the add-ons.
In the
Yeah,
add-ons.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
that.
you.
So yeah, you can get it. Or
Yeah, so you can't buy it by itself, but you can get the Dan Lawless as an add-on to pretty much anything you find in there.
that's kind of funny.
Is it still in the shoebox as well?
It's in the shoebox, yeah.
You
You go,
telling
guys,
me?
just buy the huge bundle.
You telling me I can give the
Yeah,
nuge
go buy 2 of them.
to Camel Moon, but I can't even nuge myself. You guys, come on. Who gets nuged around here? This is my channel.
Give me a nude if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, come on. What are we doing here?
Let's nudge each other off.
all right.
Dark,
Now, let's stick
dark.
let's stick with Hotel Story.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling up here's Bancroft. 1 second, yeah.
Oh well, if you force my hand, I mean, can't stop.
Chokeout wants to know what episode of Camel Knights was CAC. I don't know. Like all those episodes are privated now. Actually, Chokeout, if you're a member, you could probably watch them. But I couldn't tell you to save my life. I just don't
Now
remember.
that was a classic night, the CAC man.
That was, yeah. Those were good days.
That could have been peak.
I know, Chokeout, it was around Christmas, if that helps. Because I think that was the night you were wearing all that stupid shit on you. Those Christmas lights or whatever. But I don't really remember, to be honest.
Check
There
this
it
out.
is.
This is not including shipping. So
No, that is
66
including
hours.
shipping. I did. I fixed it to include shipping.
Okay,
because
okay.
Why the hell not?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was
good.
sick of saying, this isn't including shipping.
Yeah.
And
You're always doing.
I
the
lost
math,
I lost the money symbol in the trade-off, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, 803. Them's good numbers. Yeah, but let's get this to 804, 805. Let's give Bancroft a little nuge. Why not? Everyone
I'll
gets
take
nuges
a-
except for me. We all
I'll
get
take the
nuges.
narwhal nuge. Do you want me to share? Let me see if I can share a new page that I'm working on. Is there anything I can share?
Junk
I'll share
666
this
says, my favorite Camel Knights was the Camel Monologue. That doesn't exist, buddy. Sorry. That never happened.
All right, I'm going to export a page that I haven't shown anyone yet, and I'm going to give you an exclusive narwhal nuge
Nuge.
slip.
Yeah, do it. I'm ready.
Hang on, I should just be able to share my screen. If I can do that. Let me turn
I'm
off
ready to click it.
turn off the all right, presenting screen. I hope it's light enough. It might not be in InDesign, but yeah, it's a little bit dark, but you can see, you can make it out ish.
Yeah, pretty badass. It's awesome.
There you go.
Anytime British architecture is represented in a comic, it just you have that sense of familiarity you never see because it's like always American stuff. You know what I mean?
That's Hackney. I hope
Yeah.
I did Hackney proud. I don't know.
No, it
if I
feels
did.
like it does feel like legit,
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And
especially the orange for the bricks and the green
Yeah.
for those bushes, and the cement gray on the
Yeah, so there you go. One thing I learned from the first book is to always have some kind of contrast light, because some of the pages they end up like there's nothing you can do about it. They just end up coming off flat-ish because you're not contrasting anything. So
yeah, that's the
I've been
when you're
making sure
coloring,
to do that.
It's the only way you can draw attention is like wherever the contrast is. Then you have to avoid putting contrast in like random places.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Chokeout says, "Where are the blacks? They're in bed." Chokeout. It's
They're right there. You can't see them.
it's like that
The
guy
nighttime scene.
on that thing you showed. And I
I
couldn't
know.
see it because I had my
It
glasses
always ain't
on.
out.
It's very clean for Hackney, says Schneely. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to represent anywhere poorly.
You just don't want to have to draw all the trash bags and litter.
That's actually it. That's the real reason. It's a lot of work.
Everywhere in the Lucent's world is clean and spotless because it doesn't want to have to draw all the trash.
No, I did in the main scene. It's just, it's a lot of extra stuff. But, things are going well. Things are going along, moving along. Very excited. I did a stream where my microphone wasn't working for the whole stream. There's nothing I could do about it. That was unfortunate. But we were talking about the Lucent for an hour and a half. Oh, it was so good. I haven't done that in a while. Just getting into the story and the writing process and everything. It got me, really excited to get this into people's hands.
The silent
Nice.
stream?
No, it was work. People could hear me, but Camel came in and said I sounded like I was on an old-timey radio, and I really did. But I had to restart my computer to fix it. So yeah, if you haven't grabbed this, you really want to grab it. It's shaping out to be a fantastic book. The story is really getting into its stride now. And you're going to want to be part of the phenomena.
When's this one fulfill, or how far are you drawing it?
I'm shooting for the start of, not the start, but like at least within the first 4 months of next year. That's what I'm shooting for. But I got a lot of work to do to get that happening. So after Christmas, I'll give everyone a much more solid estimated shipping date.
Cool. Sounds good. So it's got some time, but that's
yeah. And plus, I'm always always have something to sell kind of guy. So you'll always be able to get it in some form. Maybe not every edition, but
yeah, nice.
Always be shilling.
Jake, can I share your screen? Are you drawing anything?
I am drawing. I'm like floundering a bit. I'm trying to do on some paper. I had this, but it's not very good. I haven't drawn in a bit, but I've started drawing this one, which I think could be cool.
Nice. That's her. That's cool. Salome from Hotel Story.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly, we can see her, but
we can tell from the circle.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you're gonna go for, but I could get this done pretty swiftly.
Can you do it in 12 minutes?
I'll aim to do this in 12 minutes. I'll try and do my best, but it'll be embarrassing.
Drawer. I like saying it like they say. Are people adding an R? A drawing? That's how I'd
drawing.
Drawing.
That's what my grandmother would say.
Can you do a drawing?
He's a good drawer.
Yeah, that's how my grandpa talks. Gosh.
Schneely says Narwhal and Bancroft are the gold standard for what CG book should be. Well, thank you.
Who said this?
Sniley's into that European band dessinée style, I think.
I was like, who's this idiot? Who's that?
Well, it just, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like someone who doesn't own a Camel Moon book, you know.
Sniley's the one when you said it's X-Men mixed with Batman. Sniley's the one who said I don't like either of those.
Yeah,
they're fine. Novel, you're the person I have the most books of from anyone. I've backed plenty of them, and I've got them all too, like pretty swiftly. Like
you've become very prolific. Narwhal.
Yeah, man.
When you said 500,000, I was like, what? And then I thought about it. You've done a load of campaigns.
Yeah,
they've all delivered.
Yeah, it's been multiple years now and multiple campaigns each year, so it just kind of adds up. Nothing's been crazy. Earthbound 2 did 80K. That was like the height of CG too. That was like,
Yeah.
everyone was back in that. So that, for me, that was the big hit. That was the one that I was able to take a little nest egg of those profits and reinvest it back into comics. Get the production going with like Cerberus working with Monica, some of the shorts.
I
Hickman's.
predict Cerberus is going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a big thing for you.
Oh, thanks.
As long as you stick the landing.
Yeah,
I
no,
have no
they
idea.
the part 2 is awesome. So I'm
Have you read
definitely
the first
excited.
one, Bancroft?
Yeah, Bancroft was one of the big promoters and helpers with it. He read it early, and
It's really, I
did
really
too.
liked it. I like,
Yeah,
I
me
was so
too.
hyped
It
about
just has
that.
a lot of charm. It has a lot of heart. It's entertaining. I really don't have anything bad to say about it that I remember. But yeah, I think it's just it's very accessible to anyone.
Doing it in 2 parts was a good idea because you get everyone talking about the first one. If you'd put it all out in one go, people would be like, "What's this?" But then, like after the first one's got out and people like it, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're probably right. A random one I have kind of in the works is uh, I love Brendan Swan's Disintegration Street. I talk about that once in a while. Have any of you guys read that one or heard about it?
Not heard about it.
No.
He's not huge in CG. He's like his book's out there though, but yeah, it hasn't blown up. But I really like that one, and I hired him to write a script for me, and he wrote the greatest thing I've ever read, pretty much. So I paid him $500. I still owe him 1,500 because it's a pretty long script. It's 200 pages, I think, in the end. But we're doing the first half now-ish. We're gonna try and it's like a manga straight up, like because he speaks Japanese and really knows, like, reads a ton of manga, really knows the Japanese culture well. So it's like pretty fun that it's like just straight up, not even really
Is it-
like faking manga. It's just is manga.
Is it going to be black and white or?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it going to be right
zip
spine?
tone?
No,
Right to left?
no. That's. I would get nervous about that too because of what happened to Liam.
Yeah, but that was completely different. That was a different situation. Liam made a book that read, like, the pages themselves read left to right. So there was no way that could have ever worked as a different way. Or was it right to left? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so it's meant to be right American style, but then they still flipped it to call it the
Yeah.
manga version, but then it just didn't work, kind of.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think if you start out and you say to everyone, this is 100% right to left, and you'd have to make the pages that way, the actual panels and everything.
Okay, I've sketched it. I'm going to ink it now, super quick. I should be able to get it done for the end of the stream. But yeah, there's the super quick pencils. Like,
Hey, she's pretty. Nice job.
yeah, so someone in my chat, I don't know who it was, said that the way you make women look pretty when you're drawing them is just make them look relaxed.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
So if you're here right now, thanks for saying that a while ago. You actually helped me improve my pretty women drawings.
Drawing pretty women is like an art in itself, and it's
For real. I
it's
couldn't do it
vexing.
for so long.
Who's the best? Who's the best?
Of
Well,
all artists in the universe? What do you mean?
Yeah. Who's the
Yeah,
best at, keep it to comics. Who's the best in comics at drawing pretty women?
You know who people say that I disagree with is what's his face, J. Scott Campbell. I don't like his chicks that much. They
I
look
do.
kind of
I
like,
think they're nice, but yeah, they all
yeah.
do
Well,
kind of.
he's a
look-
great artist and they look good, but I wouldn't put him
Yeah.
at number one, and people put him at number
Mhm.
one. But I don't know who.
I know who I would. I know who my pick is.
Michael Turner was great. That
And
image 90s
Clayton
style.
Clayton is like following on that Turner style
Yeah.
of drawing women. No, for me, it's Kenneth Rocafort.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
His women are just. Hang on, I've got one here.
I think you guys know Mike DeBalfo, I think his name is. There's a lot of like cheesecake stuff, but his women are always like top tier. I think he works for Xenoscope, you know. You
This
should look
isn't
him
the
up,
best
though.
example,
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me
She
but
is pretty though.
yeah, he really. I don't know. There's something about them. It's like there's a
Very pretty.
great image of her. I can't remember what it's on from behind that would really illustrate the point a lot better, but I don't know what that's in. Hang on, I do.
Why don't you share my screen, Narwhal? So this guy here, he's been drawing women for years. And all of his stuff is pretty top tier. You know, it looks like the
Danger Girl-esque.
yeah, like he kind of nailed that style. And, you know, they're all cute. This is
Who's
definitely
this
his.
guy?
This guy works for Xenoscope. He's he's just an artist. He's been in the scene for a while.
Yeah, it's nice.
But if I ever hear a conversation about who draws women the best, I always think of this guy. But yeah, it's definitely like the Danger Girl kind of look.
It's almost too good now. Like AI is just going to totally rip this style.
Well, a lot of like his painting style seems kind of aped for AI. So yeah.
Mhm.
His name is Mike DeBalfo. Chris.
Yeah, he's
listening to that one.
I don't see him do a lot of dudes though. I mean, I'm sure he could do it, but this is
He's like, that's gay. I'm not drawing dudes.
yeah. Yeah. What else we got here? Supergirl. I mean, you know, they're like, you know, he's got the nips in there and everything. Like, you know, it's like borderline pornographic. You know, DC is not hiring him to do any Lady Flash anytime soon, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Lady Death. Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting question. Yeah, who draws girls the best? You know, part of that is who draws girls best, men or women? Because on Twitter, there aren't even comic artists, but there's a few people I follow, and I'm like, damn, they draw the prettiest women ever. And they're just like girls that work in animation that have their OC, and they draw their OC once in a while. Like you draw pretty women.
That's
I
such
find
an
that a lot of-
internet thing to say. Oh, this is my OC.
Yeah.
What is OC?
It's a
What is that?
webtoon thing.
Original character. They
Oh,
just make
okay.
characters basically. They don't put them in anything. They're just like, this is my cool design.
Deviant art.
Hmm.
I found that
She's
for the most
a
part.
mage girl. You know,
I don't
that
know
sort of
what that
stuff.
is. Oh yeah. But yeah, I find that a lot of women seem to draw men kind of like effeminate looking. I've never seen like a woman who's an artist who draws men the way that you would like see a dude draw a man.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
I know
think
it sounds
that's
sexist,
Korean.
but prove me
I
wrong.
think that's
Like
Korean
I've never seen it.
inspired. It's
Yeah.
like that on
Yeah.
webtoons, and it's funny. There was a real cultural shift at some point. So the girls I grew up with found gay men gross. So every girl I knew would see two guys kissing and they would go, "Ugh, yeah, I don't want to see it." And then you get on the internet, I start hanging out with like webtoon people and they love it. And they're like, "Oh, what girl wouldn't want to read two guys getting it on?" I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, because it's in the same way that men like to watch lesbians, because it's like two ladies." So that was so bizarre to me. At some point in time, a whole bunch of women were suddenly into looking at two gay men. It was bizarre.
That is an astute observation, though. That's funny.
Yeah, it was
It's-
just so antithetical to everything I knew. Like it would really gross girls out that I grew up with.
That's like
Huh?
the algorithm messing with us too. It's like, haha, now you will all like gay men kissing.
Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, it's two sets of abs. What's not to like?"
Yeah. I searched my OC on Twitter, and I recommend nobody necessarily do that. It's like kind of funny. It's like half porn, but it's
You
I
just
haven't-
wait. The phrase "my OC."
yeah.
Yeah.
My
There'd be
beautiful
a bunch
duck
of
is
bunch
a
of
very great
lizard
tree
men.
says, "Why do I hear a duck?" That's not a duck. That's
it sounds
Narwhal's
like-
mouth from 10
Oh
years.
Yeah.
god, it's gonna make me go crazy.
Camel was like, "How long do I have to endure this before
I was
scream?"
low key like hovering over the leave studio button. I was like, it sounded like
Well,
a
we're-
fucking frog or something. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up here anyway.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done ish. As fast as I could in that many minutes. Doesn't look great, but here we go.
Hey, it's your warm up / cool down, whatever. Nice. It looks great. Hold on,
Is
let
that
me make it
Rini?
bigger. Where is it?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's
what-
this is my OC, Salome
Wait,
from
how to
Hotel
make
Story.
it me?
Oh,
Look at Jake
I
touching
see.
her boob. Typical Jake.
Actually, I like that pose a lot. She's doing like the magic orb thing.
Mm. She's like, "Get it. Look into my orb. Look up here. My orb is up here."
I'm looking at the orbs you have below you.
Yeah. That
Pondering
orb's
those
too hard. I
orbs.
like the soft orbs.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna be getting out of here. Anyone who knows my channel knows all I do is click the button and then it kind of ends. So I'm gonna click it pretty soon. Not just yet.
Go to
Hype
bluedickx.com.
Bros. Oh, there you're back. Yeah, Blue Decks. Okay, I did click it now.